Hello and welcome everybody, I hope that you're all good and you join me for a defeated Cliff. Now as I said yesterday, we're going to be doing a little bit of a rocket leader grind today, now that they're available at Pokestops with the new Shadow Shiny. So this is actually a Shadow Shiny Dratini check. Let's see if after 3 we can not get it. And 183 is just awful. I had a little look on the rocket radar, I've stocked up on some coins, we've got some rocket radars stacked up. We've got the privilege of the balloons every 3 hours as well. I will say this is going to be a little bit more relaxed. Oh my god, 0011. This is going to be a little bit more relaxed than I planned, mainly because tomorrow we're doing a 24-hour grind, 25-hour grind even, and I need to be fully rested. And also over the previous couple of live streams, anybody who's tuned in, you probably heard I had a filthy cough, so I'm not 100% as it is. But of course, alongside the Shadow Shiny leader chase, we're going to be checking out the new grunts and seeing if we pull anything in the wild, which is awesome. But on the note of cool things, I said I got a traded Hundo in yesterday's video. Last night, Master and I were doing Pikachu for Pikachu, and I got a Lundo Halloween tricks and treats costumed Pika. Look at that thing. Fabulous to pick that up with, what, 28,000 candy? God damn. So again, Marta, love the fact that I got the Hundo or Lundo from this one. Doesn't mean we're not going to stop chasing the shiny. It's nice to pick that up. And of course, Zorua, we're going to see if we can pull in that shiny today, but I'm hoping the luck is going to pull through Saturday, Sunday. 24-hour grind is where it's going to be at, folks. Let's see. It is not. Congrats, by the way, to, of course, JT Valor, who pulled it in very quickly. I'm going to say, if you haven't done so already, please do smash that like button and do subscribe if you are new, because we're rocking and rolling, hopefully towards 20,000 subscribers before 2023 is finished. So we fine-tuned the Cliff team, as you can see, to actually take down, I think, pretty much any of his lineups. The only one that might cause a bit of problems if you have Shadow Swampert in the back. Third Shadow Shiny Dratini check of the video. Coming in. Pink? No, 185. This thing's going to give me dreadful IVs. First thing in Walpole was another Cliff. I don't know whether that's just luck today that Cliff seems to be everywhere, not only from balloons but Pokestops, or it's actually going to be a thing, because I would have thought the Shadow Shiny Dratini would be the most desirable, and in typical fashion the most desirable Shadow Shiny of the wave. Not only doesn't sparkle for me, but is not as readily available from the team leaders. Now, I've mentioned this in previous videos, but do bear in mind that during a Team Rocket takeover, because the grunts are so heavily boosted at stops, it kind of dwarfs the amount of leaders that there are around because of the event. You may find a few less leaders dotted around your local parks, your local park grind spots. It's another Cliff. Okay, sweet. Into November and December, you'll probably find quite a few more rocket leaders dotted around because the grunts won't be so boosted. I'm just going to be reviving Latios and Lucario and Yveltal. That's my lineup, by the way, for Cliff. It kind of deals with anything and everything he can throw at me. We'll come back and see if this is going to be a pink noodle or just blue noodle of disappointment. 214, okay, it's actually over 200 for once. Let me know in the comments below if you've managed to snag a Shadow Shiny already. Big congrats if you have done. And that's a dirty 2-star. But to be honest, we might as well go ahead and get the Shadow Regigigas today. I would recommend you don't go for Shadow Regigigas, to be honest, just because of the fact that it's kind of rubbish. We may have better Sinnoh Shadow Legendaries coming through the next couple of years, perhaps. Okay, we've just done a grass grunt, and it had Bellsprout, and now Bellsprout is a new Shadow Shiny, and beforehand what happened with Shadow Shinies, they were taken out of the grunt rotation. Haven't checked social media to see if this is correct, so I might be talking a load of rubbish, but we know the decoy Giovannis have Bellsprout as well, so maybe you could get Shadow Shiny Bellsprout from grunts and decoys. It has happened before. There have been Shadow Shiny stuff unintentionally put into the grunts. Obviously there's the intentional ones like Grimer and a few other things, so that is awful. Fantastic. Oh, Pikachu's not shiny. So I did the transfers, sorted. I just want to check stage 2 of this research. If you've got Rocket Radar saved up, do the quests that give you the Rocket's mysterious components, because they do actually stack, which is wonderful for this sort of event. It's a Galarian Yamask of 405, and the 420 would be a Hundo, so this is awful. Stage 3 is the typical defeat one of each leader, so we're gonna have to hope that I haven't burnt all of the Cliff just yet. So one of the nearby leaders was indeed Arlo, which is nice. So ticked off of the list. I did spot one in Llama, so I'm gonna hope that that is the trio done, and it's not a Shadow Shiny. 200 on the dot, unlikely to be like the PvP IV one we got yesterday. Come on, 5 candy, and it's just dead 0-star. Please be Litwick as a grunt, or the Vulpix with the inadvertent costume. No, it's Nummel. That is just the worst option. They don't actually take Pokemon out of the pool, it seems. You just get more and more options, and then it's actually harder and harder to find the new ones, or the ones you actually want to get. You couldn't pay me to actually take down a Shadow Numel. It's rock, and it's, oh God's sake. I actually looked up, Alolan Geodude is not only in the rock grunts, it's in the electric grunts as well. Get that thing out of here. Okay, the one down the side street was indeed a Cliffy boy. So, that is Cliff ticked off. Only Sierra with the shiny potential Sableye, which would be honestly sick if you could get a purified Shundo. In reality, you want the Shadow Shiny with the PvP and purified IV and all that jazz, but ka-ching, it's not Shadow Shiny Dratini and 216, okay? At least they're going up. Oh, 32 star, yeah. I clicked this by mistake instead of the Pumpkaboo, okay? Allow it. Seriously? A second two shinies for this event so far, both of which are Fennekin. All sparkles are good sparkles. It's a brilliant shiny. We do love it. And if you haven't checked out the Fennekin Community Day video, if you're new to the channel, we did a fantastic game of higher or lower with the members of not only the YouTube live stream chat, but also the folks who came to join for the day. And it resulted in some absolute hilarity of shinies being transferred. This is a dead 1-star. Shiny Fennekin being my mon for this event. I really kind of hope that doesn't stay the case for the 24-hour grind, but what is that, 22 checks between Fennekin? Well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your viewpoint, that leader up at Haven Green was actually a cliff. But finally, Llamas did pull through. We found our very first Sierra. Shadow Shiny Sableye has actually been here quite recently, only at the tail end of 2022. And I remember it was the last shiny I got in 2022. It's a good job that this muck doesn't have a poison. Kingdra. Thank goodness we have Thunder ready. Just taken down with 2 mons. That is all 3 leaders completed. We can then whack on our Super Rocket Radar and see if Giovanni is anywhere at the stops, and also ahead of the 24 hours that you'll probably see on Monday evening. Ka-ching! Not a Shadow Shiny, but 316. I want to get 12/12s ahead of the 24 hours. 1XL for Sableye, and yeah, 32 star, not what we wanted at all. That is actually going to be my 4th or 5th Super Rocket Radar that I've somehow stacked, because there was a box many months ago which gave you 3 or 4. There's a couple of decoy thingies. Oh, quite a few in Walpart. Nice. Not only have we just got ourselves a Rocket Radar from doing grunts, here is Giovanni. After only about 6 decoy checks, it's going to be Persian, slot number 1, so you need a fighter. Preferably Lucario, get through those shields. Slot number 2 is going to be either Kingler, Nidoking, or Garchomp. So it's going to be kind of a mixed bag of that, and then obviously the final one, Regigigas. It's normal type, you need a fighter, again. To be honest, I know that Giovanni battles are not the most interesting content on the planet. 5,000 dust, 8 max potions, wow, 4 max revives. The best kind of rewards you can get. Why you don't get a 12km reg from Giovanni, I don't know, but here is the brand new Shadow Regigigas. We're going to give it a golden razz. 930, I literally don't know what the stats could be of this thing. 3XL candy. Boom. Like every other Giovanni battle legendary, 787 stats, just horrendous. But it does tick it off for the Pokédex, which the Shadow Pokédex I'm not against. Showdown in the Shadows completed. The encounter's going to be the costume Gengar. Oh my god, 1179? That is horrendous. Is this going to be a 10-10-10? What happened to the curve on that throw? It was so weird. And oh my god, it's 11-10-10. It is almost the worst you can get. Swooping in, and it is Sierra. Okay, let's take it down and see if it's going to be a Shadow Shiny Sableye. Ka-ching! Not Shadow Shiny, and 302 is kind of more on the mark of 0 attack where you want it to be. Let's see. No. Not even remotely for PvP. What about you, Piplup from however long ago? So to make sure that you don't miss out on any future content, particularly this 24-hour grind for this event that we're going to be doing over the weekend, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. I would hugely appreciate your support. We're pushing towards 20,000 subscribers before 2023 is over, and of course I wouldn't be able to continue that grind, as I say at the end of every video, without the support of all of my amazing Patreon members, everybody who's on the rolling credits at the end of every one of all of my videos. Thank you so much for your support. It really does mean I can keep doing the content, the live streams, and the live event travel, which is very cool to bring to the world of the internet. I'm going to call this early. It's not been the most intense grind ever, but that's because tomorrow from 10 AM until Sunday 10 AM is actually a 25-hour grind because the clocks go back in the UK to winter time. It's going to be the longest grind session we've ever done, chasing a shiny Zorua, plus Shadow Shiny Lugia in the tier 5 Shadow Raids for the weekend. Let's see what we can do. Don't forget to check out the merch store. We've just put up the brand new super limited Halloween 2023 edition. Go and grab that while you can do. And of course, the good old 24-hour merch is still very much going to be rocking and rolling there. And there should be a bunch of discounts coming up on the store for November. All that's left to say is, until the next time, which will likely be a YouTube premiere on Monday night, if I can edit in time for the 24-hour grind of this Halloween Part 2. First ever Halloween 24-hour grind I'm going to be doing. So until then, do take care.